Hickory dickory dock. It's time for another mock. Boy Green and Wudi on the attack with a roster who's one less Zach. Now, listen to these boys do their duty on this episode of Boy Green Meets Wudi. Let's get it.
Zoinks! It is unequivocally the Super Bowl for New York Jet fans.
Field Yates, baby. Field gosh darn Yates. Let's bring him on the show.
Come on, people. Connor Rogers is joining the show. What's up, Connor? But Trevor gosh darn Sycamore, baby, for me, personally, my favorite New York Jet of all time.
Wow, it's great to be on. What an intro that was right there.
Paul, nobody does an intro like you, man.
Paul, you give the best intro of literally any podcast that I've ever done.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas.
Welcome to another episode of Boy Green Meets Wudi. It is your boy, James Wudi, and I'm just excited. All right, if you've seen that cold open, I know nobody's calling me Kendrick Lamar out here with the rhymes, but I'm out here trying to do what I can because I'm still ecstatic at the news that we received yesterday. I was actually at the dentist yesterday, and I got out, and I looked at my phone, and I said, oh, I was just feeling light. The roster was feeling light because Zach Wilson has finally been traded from the New York Jets. So I'm hyped. Boy Green, talk to us. How are you feeling?
So the decay from your mouth weren't the only cavities that were removed yesterday. I see. You know, I'm going to be honest. It came to a painful end. I made a mini video on my social media yesterday with the Scottish bagpipes playing and laying all my quarterback jerseys that I've had for the last, 15 years or so. And, it's a painful end of an era. And to be honest, this is how low it's come that we're celebrating this. The Jets swapped a seventh for a sixth, and then they saved $2.75 million. So like, woo, Joe Douglas, go to work. But he's the one who initially invested the number 2 overall pick into Zach Wilson. So it sucks, it sucks that the pick ever happened and it worked out the way that it did. But with all things considered, it's good. We're starting a new era. There's new uniforms. There's new hope. There's a new quarterback. There's a new backup quarterback. There's just a whole new breath. And I think it was best for all parties. Just like, let's split this baby down the seam. You go that way. I go this way. I won't call you. You don't call me. Pew, pew. See ya. It is what it is. It's
not too many people had access to Wudi's rants at that time. I was still just a wee little fella in the Jets Twitter world or Jets social media world, but I was begging, pleading with that front office to not draft anybody with that second overall pick. I wanted to trade down. The Miami Dolphins still eating from trading their number 3 pick. If the Jets traded number 2, still could have been eaten as well, and have an even better team, in my opinion, than the team that we've been able to put together. So, this is, I try not to say I told you so. So I'm not saying it, but, good riddance.
Wow. Okay. So there you have it. So Zach attacks now with the Denver Broncos. I also thought it was funny that, the Wilson camp was ready to go. So, hours after he's traded, Lisa, which I'm going to be so thankful that I don't have to check his mother's Instagram anymore for like necessary journalistic content. She goes to her Instagram story and she opens up her front door of her house, and there was brand new Denver Broncos big ass flags. There was Broncos themed balloons. The dad, Zach Wilson's father, was in a Denver Broncos jersey already. I'm like, do these people know people at the NFL shop? What in God's green earth? I couldn't get my Jet jersey or Jet brand stuff in like weeks. They got it in hours, minutes, apparently, after Zach Wilson got his Patuki move. So, yeah, that was funny how quickly they were able to turn that around. They're ready to move on, rip the Band-Aid off. And
will he even be QB1?
Well, that's interesting. So they have Jarrett Stidham and Ben DiNucci. And by the way, the Jets play the Broncos next season in MetLife. Can you imagine if Zach Wilson trots back out there, Zach Wilson versus Aaron Rodgers? Juicy. Very juicy.
What's juicy about that? Zach will literally be on his back. Hassan Reddick is going for 7 sacks in one game. And I think that's the real big thing is that that defense. Oh my God, it's gonna be barbecue chicken with his poor pocket presence. So I'm super excited. It's so funny that Sean Payton is out here talking about Hackett, what he couldn't do, saying he couldn't hack it. He might not be able to, but he's saying it, and now he's about to try to fix the broken piece that is Zach Wilson that Hackett what just had. So I think that's kind of funny. We'll see. I mean, hey, if he does something like what he did for Drew Brees, because Drew was not
correct.
Drew, right, when he came in. If he's able to do that, then they might need to start talking about a statue for Sean Payton. I will not lie.
I'm glad that we didn't have to use the James Wudi scissors prop, because a lot of people suggested that was the end for Zach Wilson with little snip was going to be happening for Zach, but they were able to trade him. So God bless America. Here we go. So
yes,
time to turn the page. There you go.
Page is turned, and now it's time to draft. See, so this is what happens, right? We draft for the future of the franchise. Joe Douglas got that one wrong, right? It's just wrong, right?
Yeah.
No matter how you feel about it.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So now let's try to have a good draft because we all love 2022. We all do.
Yeah.
We seem to give him a pass for the horror that was 2020. Mm-hmm. Right? We said, Gase was in the building. Okay, we're gonna give him a pass. 2021, AVT, but how do we feel about AVT? Michael Carter, 2 Michael Carters, Elijah Moore. Seems like there's more bad than good there, just to be honest. And now this last draft class.
You get Tippy.
I don't know. Let's try to mock up something that can repair Joe Douglas's draft legacy.
Yeah, and with that being said, we are doing once again dueling 7-round New York Jets mock drafts. We're using the PFF machine, and basically we're going to work. Me and Wudi are just going to do our GM ship in the middle of this thing as if we were GM. This isn't meant to necessarily be predictive, but if we think anything that we're about to do will also happen on Jets draft day, we'll obviously keep you guys informed in our decision making at picks and things. But we each have 7 rounds. We each have our own mock. We'll be showing on the screen as we're making picks with each other. We'll try to keep everyone engaged and involved with that. So let's rock, baby. Wudi, why don't we'll start with yours and you tell us how everything's going to go. So I will throw this up on the screen for everybody who's watching. Again, PFF mock draft machine. We're keeping the speed relatively low so we can incorporate trades at any point during the 7-round mock. And again, this is post Zach Wilson trade. So this includes, of course, the swapping, which was a pick 256 jumping up into 203. So from the 7th round to the 6th round. So all of that is updated here on the PFF machine. So without further ado, Wudi, let's get this party started.
Ha! Sorry. Like the song,
Yeah.
Your boy is trading down. I want a
trading down.
Okay. 2nd round pick. I need to trade down. Just curious to see how things have gone.
Okay.
But it seems like all the status quo. I would really be surprised though if the Bears took Rome Odunze with DJ Moore, with Keenan Allen. I feel like that's just. I mean, is there a such thing? I
mean, I don't want to see it for obvious reasons because I like Rome a lot, but Keenan Allen's on a 1-year deal. Is he there long term? Is he not? I don't know. It's kind of the Hassan Reddick thing from what I've heard that like there was some early chatter. Ooh, the Jets will just sign Reddick long term. Oh, wait, maybe they won't. Keenan, oh, they're going to give him a deal long term. Oh, wait, maybe they won't. So that's TBD. I could see it. They should probably give him protection or give him a nice defender probably. But with minimum picks in this draft, I could see them pulling the trigger on Rum. Again, I hope not because I want Rum for 10. But
yeah, I mean, are we going to trade with the Broncos again? No, get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah, work Portland Sutton in there if you can. That'd be nice. Yes.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So we see who the Saints are up to or the Raiders. Okay. Let's go. Let's go with the Saints.
Okay. Pick 14. Very nice. Okay.
All right, give me in that second round. Oh, Denver's pick. Look at that. Denver's
so it's all connected. Small world. That must have been from the Sean Payton trade, I believe.
Oh, yes, to actually get that guy. Terrible jerk.
Yeah, man. Whisper.
Let me see if this will work. So what I got right now is moving down the 4 spots, getting in the second round, trading 1 4th rounder. It is the higher one. It's okay.
Okay. 111. Okay.
And then 203, which is what we just got.
The 6th rounder. Wow, yes. 3 for 2. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's cool. And they think it's cool too.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, so just recap the picks you got if you can right there for our fans that are watching.
Absolutely. We got 14 and 45. So we are now in the first round, second round, third round, fourth round.
Okay.
So I think that's huge. That is huge.
And what do we have to give up again?
The 10th, obviously. So we moved down the 4 spots. The higher 4th rounder, 111, and then the 6th rounder from the Zach Wilson trade.
Okay.
And resume. Is my boy Brock Bowers still going to be there? Of course not, because for some reason they got him being the Aaron Hernandez to TJ Hawkinson's Gronk out here.
Naturally. Right.
Naturally. So looks like we go.
Ooh, Latu's on the board. Nice.
Yo, give me my boy Troy Fountain now, because that versatility, right? That's what we're talking about. If Brock was here, I'm not gonna lie, I would have taken Brock Bowers. I love Conklin, I love Ruckert, but Brock. I mean, we had Ryan Roberts on the show talking about generational talent, but I'll take Troy here because if we're not getting that type of playmaking, which we're not. Let's get somebody who will keep Aaron Rodgers upright and create holes for Breece Hall. So, Boy Green, the pick is in. 14th overall pick of the 2024 NFL Draft. The New York Jets select Troy Fatenau, tackle, University of Washington.
Okay, beautiful. All right, so the pick is in. All right, beautiful. All right, well, we will take this off the screen now because the real GM is about to get to work here. So just on over. Let me just show you how this is done, young buck. Okay. All right, so I just want you to know, Boy Green's about to cook. Okay, that's what's about to happen here. Again, same settings for me. We've got 25% speed, 7 rounds, Jets. Without further ado, let's get this draft started. We're going to start the draft. Let's get this party started. And while you may be wanting to trade down, I'm trading up. Okay, I'm trading up, but I'm moving up only 1 spot, baby. I'm not letting Rome Odunze slip by me. So I'm planning on making a trade. And let me see here. I'm going to offer. Let's do this. Okay, here's what's happening. I'm jumping 1 spot from 10 to 9. I'm switching with the Bears. And here's you may say, well, why would the Bears want to move back? Can't they get Rome? They've got 4 picks in this draft. They only have 4 picks, so they need more. Now, I'm not giving them any more in this class, I'm afraid, but they could get some more. They can use the assets I'm giving them. I'm giving up My plan is to offer, and it looks like it's going to be accepted according to the PFF overlords. I'm jumping one spot from 10 to 9. I'm giving up a 2025 fourth to move up to one spot. Let's offer the trade. Of course, it's accepted because, again, it's me. And let's stop playing games. Let's stop playing with our food. I want you to acknowledge our tribal chief, Rome Odunze, baby. That's it. The Rome Empire is coming to New York Jets land, and that's the pick, baby. There's just no other way around it. So I want Washington wide receiver Rome Odunze with the 9th overall pick, and he's worth taking. So I'm cashing in. I'm cashing in with Rome.
Nice. Garrett's going to be hyped.
He should be, because it's going to take some pressure and attention off of him. I think that's something he should be really excited about. And
they're friends.
Of course. But wait, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Okay? I've got my first-round wide receiver, Rome Odunze, who I wanted, and I secured. I'm getting back into the first round, baby. So before we move on anymore, I'm going up one more time, and I'm willing to make a move. I'm getting aggressive. There is a player. I almost smacked my own headphones off. There is a player that I've targeted, Wudi, and I'm making a move. Let's get frisky. Let's see how we're going to make this happen, okay? So I've paused the draft with the Green Bay Packers, who have the 25th overall pick, our good old buddies. Hey, we made a trade with them last time. Let's do it again, okay? I want pick 25, okay? I'm going to offer pick 72, which is the next closest pick we have, okay? They're not interested. Okay, they're not interested in just my third round this year. What about my second rounder next year? Oh, wait, they're still not interested. I've got another option. What if we give them a player? What if I give them a player on top of it? And there's one player that I'm willing to move and groove to get what I want, and I'm putting John Franklin Myers on the block, okay?
JFM! You've been listening.
Here's the move. I'm willing to cook, baby. I'm going to offer pick 72, our third round pick, our second rounder in 2025, and John Franklin Myers for pick 25, number 25 overall. I'm going to offer that trade. They accepted it because I'm the king around here, and that's what happens, baby. Just let Boy Green cook. My pick is in, baby. I've got my target. The debate this offseason, Boy Green, wide receiver, offensive tackle. I've always picked option C. What's option C? I'm picking both, baby. So with the now 25th overall pick, the second first rounder for the New York Jets, the player I'm selecting is Tyler Guyton, Oklahoma offensive tackle. And let me just make this perfectly clear with this guy and why I'm willing to give up the assets. I'm going to pause the draft just to explain. I'm not making another trade. There's no third first round pick coming, but I just want to explain this. Tyler Guyton, at 6'8", 322 pounds, is a player I've targeted that could be our long-term franchise left tackle. And there's a couple of things here. So I love the player. There's a lot to work with. The traits are spectacular. He's an excellent pass protector. I give extra bonus points to pass protection. I think he could get the run stuffing game with him. He's got a great body. He could play left tackle or right tackle. That to me intrigues me. And I believe, again, he could be a franchise tackle. This Jets roster is loaded. Wudi, you want to trade back? Oh, let me be a guy for the people. They want to trade back. Let me try to get some brownie points. Shove your brownie points, pal. Okay. Here's the truth. The Jets roster is too damn good. We don't have enough spots for all these randos, these great unwashed. We need quality over quantity. So I want one of those Mark Sanchez years drafts where we get Mark Sanchez, Sean Green, and Matt Slauson, where we get like 3 picks. Okay. I'm going for quality. Boom. I got us a superstar wide receiver. Plays immediately day one. This is an all-in roster. Tyler Guyton, boom. If he has to play this year, he can play. But if not, and people stay healthy, then he's your long-term left tackle for next year. Wrap the present under you for Christmas. So bing, boom, bam, bada boom, bam. Wow. That's what people are going to be reacting to my moves that I'm making here. With Tyler Guyton, who is a superstar and a guy that just needs a little bit of seasoning, and the Jets can provide that seasoning. So I accomplished the 2 bucket list items all in the first round, and we still have our first rounder for next year. That's cooking, baby. Let Boy Green cook. We should start putting that on T-shirts after that haul I just provided. Just want to throw that out there. So I will resume the draft. Let it keep going. That's fine. We'll come back to this in a little bit. Let me just minus that. So, yeah, Boy Green's cooking, baby.
That was so good of you to draft a project in the first round that needs
JFM,
to...
see you, pal. Sorry, pal.
Yeah,
Had to move some
I mean,
product.
hey, you already know I like that. You know, he should. Hey, you know, I mean, I've been trying these scissors. I've been trying it this whole time.
Had to get frisky. Had to get creative. I needed to find a way to make up the difference. The Packers weren't interested in a third and a second. I don't blame them. So I said, okay, let's get a little frisky. Boom. How about an interesting pass rusher? And we'll try to replace him later in the draft with cheap talent. That's it.
Yeah. I'm sure Keith Carter is really good at developing players, right? Like, you know,
That's what I've heard.
all the players that play, all the players that play for him, like, love him, right? I think he's the best. You know,
I'm glad that you agree.
Yeah, it's sarcasm, but yeah.
I don't know what that word means. Sorry. Yeah.
You know, can somebody get Boy Green a dictionary for draft season?
If they did get me a dictionary, I think something they could say is great roster. What does that look like? Oh, wait, what Boy Green already did. That's what I believe would be the verbatim definition. Because, again, I'm cooking here right now. I'm cooking.
Smells spoiled.
Okay, well, Rock, you're not smelling what I'm cooking, pal. Okay. Let's keep that rolling.
Yeah, I'm staying. What's
your second round pick that you have? Your bonus second round pick that you got for trading back? Very nice.
Yes. So Penix just went above. I think you guys know that I'm not a big fan of grabbing a quarterback literally at all this year. I still might, but I really don't want to. I'm going all in.
Whoa. Booty, this is post Zach Wilson. Okay, we have the oldest quarterback room in the universe right now. What do you mean you're not interested in getting
First of all, Zach Wilson didn't even matter to me ever in life.
Come on, man. His body isn't even cold yet, for Pete's sake.
It's cold to me, man. But here's the thing about that. The QB thing. I think drafting late round QBs is almost a waste of time. Their ceiling is almost always Dak Prescott. We've had this conversation already. I want to if somebody is getting drafted, because then that person's a distraction, right? Where it's like, oh, this 6th round quarterback, oh, he's going to be the guy, blah, blah. But then, you know, next year is when we should actually think about the Aaron contingency plan. Going all in with Aaron. I trust Tyrod to carry this team if Rodgers goes down. And yes, it should be. We should add a third, but a rookie. Not too sure about that. Not too sure. So I'm just gonna see right here about what we got in the interior before. Let's go receiver. I also don't think this is. Oh, I didn't even know you can double with the multiple positions. But anyway, this is what I'm going to do because I really don't think wide receiver is as big of a need as everybody else. But I still like Roman. Oh, sorry, I still like this guy. So the pick is in, Boy Green. If you can hit me with it,
sure.
With the 45th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Roman Wilson, wide receiver out of Michigan. Okay, I know, Ricky Pearsall is the flavor of the month, but Boy Green trying to say I'm pandering to the people. I have never, ever cared about the people. The Rock is the people's champion. I'm just James Wudi, professor of Woodyology. I'm trying to win football games. That is what I care about. So bring me somebody who I know can get open and make things happen for Aaron if Alan Lazard truly is the bum that you guys all make him out to be.
By the way, I'm kind of curious. Maybe you just don't want to get cute. There's a lot of receivers there that are pretty good. Roman, Ricky Pearsall, Keon Coleman, Florida State kid, Malachi Corley. A lot of people like him too. With that many receivers all on the board, you could have gotten cute again. Maybe that's too much. You could have probably traded back again and got some more assets and still got one of the receivers you wanted. You know what I mean? Or is that too cute?
Too cute. Too
Okay.
cute. When your guy's there, grab your guy.
Okay, I respect it. All right, Woody, we'll put you on pause because I need to get back to work here. Actually, before I do, because I no longer have a third, so let's all stay on track here. We will continue with you, Woody, and you may, because you still have pick 72 currently up, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead, because I traded my third for the big Tyler Guyton move, so I'm into the fourth round. So we stay on the same track. I'll actually let you go back to back here. Feel free.
Nice. All right, so in that same vein of kind of what you were saying, I'm looking at the board here, okay, Tez, that's cool. I don't like Tez. I don't like
Didn't
Johnny
you draft
Wilson
him before? What do you mean you don't like Tez?
Maybe I was
in
peer
a former
pressure.
mock. Don't you have to have some sort of accountability, pal?
Have I drafted him? Are you sure?
Yes, 100%.
Oh, we drafted him together. That was me trying to be a good.
It was a co-GM ship. What do you mean, man?
Yeah. And so, hey, if we give Joe Douglas a pass for the Adam Gase draft, then you give me a pass for the Boy Green. That's what it was. You were my Adam Gase, and I was like,
oh right, wow,
sure. Here's Denzel Mims, Blad Al, Tez Walker. Wow. All right. Now that you're gone, and I'm doing this by myself, we got Garrett. All right, it's fine. Yes, that's where we're at. So offensive line, Boy Green doesn't care about it. All right, he's gonna draft projects.
Tyler Guyton in the first round. What do you mean I don't care about it?
Yeah,
I already invested.
Yeah, Mekhi Becton Sr. You're just gonna get these big guys that have to be coached up by a coach that nobody likes, that might not even be on the team next year.
By the way, real quick, isn't Mekhi Becton Sr. actually Mekhi Becton because he had a son? Yes, didn't you just reference Mekhi Becton twice?
I did. As I was saying it, I was like, oh, he's a senior. So what is he? Mekhi Becton the third? I don't know what to put him in the numbers, but what I am saying is that the pick is in, Boy Green.
Okay, wonderful.
And with the 72nd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Cooper Beebe.
Popular.
Yes, offensive guard, Kansas State. Again, this is not about the people, but it is about me caring about this offensive line. I'm nervous that they don't care about the offensive line. I still don't see Connor McGovern with a Jets contract. I still don't see that swing tackle. So that's why I had to get one. And now, Fountain now can play both, but he also doesn't have to, right? We don't have to make him AVT because we've seen how AVT's body has broken down. So maybe with Cooper, now we're talking about we can sustain like 4 injuries and feel pretty good.
Which, again, I'll give a shout out to Buffalo Jet fan. I think I saw it from him yesterday or the day before. He tweeted this out pretty beautifully. So again, we've been having this debate in the first round, pass catcher or offensive line. And Buffalo Jet fan, again, shout out to my good brother from another mother. He said, if you take an offensive lineman in the first round, you increase the floor of the 2024 New York Jets. If you take a wide receiver, you increase the ceiling. And he kind of went into deeper detail saying, if we win the Super Bowl, one of the things you could point to is having that dynamic pass catcher and everything worked out. If, Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, we go through these things. Wow, the offensive line was able to sustain the injuries. It was really a very fascinating point, a very rational take, quite frankly, from our boy Buffalo thinking about it. So again, not as sexy, but additional protection and kind of insuring yourself, which is the literal definition of what's going on. It's compelling. So way to go, Woody.
Absolutely. Hey, you could always use protection.
I appreciate that. Safety never takes a holiday, I suppose. Anywho, no real way to transition from that. Number 111 overall for the New York Jets in the 4th round. Again, I traded their 3rd rounder because, again, let me cook. I'm going to go to the defensive side of the ball. And there's a player I'm targeting. And, yeah, let's just get right to business. As Mike Singletary once said, and Herm Edwards said it, I guess we could play it all together. Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. Mike Singletary, I want to play with winners. I don't want to play with losers. Okay. I want to play with winners. Okay. I'm picking a guy that's talented. Now, there's some issues here. We're going to get into that. I'm taking Devondre Sweat, defensive lineman, Texas. Now. Okay. Now, it takes a special kind of idiot to have a DWI within the same month that you're supposed to be drafted. That's what happened here at Devondre Sweat. Earlier this month, there's an alleged DWI on the record, which, again, I've talked about the stupid test in the past. That doesn't look great. So that's a concern. Another concern, why he's still available here in the 4th round. It has nothing to do with that DWI stuff. That's part of it, but this is a separate issue. He has 5 career sacks, okay? This is a guy that provides little to no pass rush juice. But I don't want the pass rush juice. If it develops like the Jets did with Likey Fotu, they did with Al Woods, that was kind of their pitch to him. He said in his southern drawl, I never played in the defense like this before, tech style. Is how Al Woods. I used to love Al Woods. I wish he was back on the team, but he just said, oh, man, people just said, hey, you're a big fat guy, like hold up in the run. But he said, man, it was cool to like try something different this late in his career. Devondre Sweat, 6'4", 366 pounds. He's just a lot of man. And if he just sat there and did nothing, you'd have to move that boulder. It's like in Pokemon, Snorlax. Geez, he's blocking the road. I can't get past him, okay? Devondre Sweat can be our Snorlax. For a Pokemon people that understand that, yes. For the people that don't, that's probably very confusing. Nonetheless, he's just a mountain of a man. He brings you that run stuffing, which I think can add to the rotation here for the Jets. They don't have a long-term defensive tackle next to Quinnen Williams. And again, that's helping now as part of this defensive line rotation. Plus, remember, I'll throw this back out there because this may be important later. With moving on from JFM, we're going to need people to fill these roles. And I don't think I'm going to be able to fill the JFM role with one guy. I'm going to have to do it with multiple because of how versatile JFM is. But again, sometimes you got to risk it to get the biscuit. I wanted that blindside protector, so I had to give up on JFM, but I'm going to try to replace him with multiple pieces in this draft. And I think one guy that could do that is Devondre Sweat. The Jets have to be okay with the character, of course, for obvious things that we just talked about. But again, run stuffing. A couple of years ago, 2 decades ago, Devondre Sweat's going a lot higher because space eaters were more valuable in the NFL back then. They don't have the same value now, which the Jets can take advantage of with this amazing defense. So I'm taking a risk with a talented young piece of clay here. Give me Devondre Sweat, the big man out of Texas.
Do you know how many bars there are in New York?
No comment. I have no comment for my client at this time.
All right. Then we back up to the Wudi board. Throw it up on there.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we are here with the 134th pick, that 4th rounder, the second one because that first one was traded, right? So that's how we secured Roman Wilson. Already just I guess replacing one horrific Wilson with a good Wilson. And now we're at the 4th pick, and
can you actually do me a favor? Can you actually do me a favor?
Yes.
With your new boy Roman, can you tell him to wear jersey number 2 for no other reason? I would just like to get a little more run if I can. So 2 is a great number. I saw that yesterday on social media. DJ Reed and a couple other Jets were like, "Who's going to take the number 2 off that cold dead body on the ground?" So maybe save it for Roman. That's just a thought. Got to tell that to your client and let him ponder it. Just want to throw that out there real quick.
That would be great. That would absolutely be great. I'll definitely talk to him. Hopefully he's up for it.
Thank you.
Of course.
But go ahead.
I agree with the train of thought of Boy Green talking about the D line. Sure. I feel like I'm the only person in the world that not understands, but stresses the importance of that front 4 in Coach Saleh's scheme because we've seen it everywhere he's ever gone. how much having those 4 guys up front bringing pressure like that's why they do a rotation, because they need those guys to be fresh, because that is what is allowing them to get all of these pressures without blitzing. That is making the job for all of the backs so much easier. And that's why I think this is sustainable for, however much footage you get on the Jets defense on how to try to stop this. As long as those 4 guys keep pushing your offensive line in the pocket, there's nothing that can be done. So, love Quinnen to death. Love Jermaine. Hassan Reddick. Ooh. Javon Kinlaw. I mean, cool. For a stopgap, but we need a long-term solution. We have a pro. Ryan Roberts came in here, talked about Mason Smith. And I was thinking, right? I took notes. I told you guys to take notes. So hopefully you did. I was reviewing mine, and I believe Boy Green, the pick, is in. With the 134th, oh my gosh, I don't even know. I was like a deer in the headlights trying to say that pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. The New York Jets select Mason Smith, defensive line from LSU. This is a guy who physically has all of the gifts a man can be given. All right, the name Chris Jones was thrown around, but we have questions about different things. But here, see, Boy Green is trusting a coach that nobody likes. I am choosing to trust Jeff Ulbrich, a guy who has already been a pivotal piece in the development of so many great players that have taken another team's trash, like Quincy Williams, and turned him into the New York Jets treasure all-pro linebacker. Somebody like that. They have developed people left and right. So give them this talented piece of clay and mold him into that long-term starter next to Quinnen Williams and keep this defense thriving for the years to come. Mason Smith, come on home, baby.
Okay, there you go. Out of LSU, very nice. Bringing another LSU Tiger. Those have done very well for the Jets. Appreciate that. Jamal Adams. We
actually have. Yeah, he was an All-Pro too. What are you talking about?
I know. I'm just kidding. I know. I'm just teasing. Of course, we've done very well. Hey, how about another one? OBJ, baby. Come on home, baby. Yeehaw.
Chill.
Okay, sorry, man. Perhaps a different time. Okay, let's get back to the draft here. With the 134th overall pick, I'm at the same place as Wudi is here in the 4th round. Again, I've added a lot of talent to this team. There's no question about it. But I think it's time to go back to the defensive side of the ball. And there's a lot of names that intrigue me. A lot of names that intrigue me. But I know the one name that I need to dip my toe in the water. This is a player, since you gave such an ode to Ryan Roberts, I felt compelled to do something similar, to give a gift to the gods, to say, wow, thank you, Ryan Roberts, for gracing us with your knowledge. Here is a forbidden fruit of our people to dedicate to him, and that is Mohamed Kamara, the pass rusher out of Colorado State. And I love this because, again, remember I told you, moving JFM, you're going to have to replace him multiple pieces. I get Devondre Sweat, my big fatty in the middle, and then I get Mohamed Kamara, who's this talented pass rusher. So it fills both of the missing JFM roles with younger guys who are much cheaper, and they're part of a team. There's a team effort going on here for the Jets, and he's intriguing in a lot of ways. He's a Bryce Huff clone. He's a little shorter and a little less in the weight department right now in college than Bryce Huff is in the NFL. He's 6'1", 248, but the sack production is unbelievable. 29 and a half career sacks. There's a reason he's available at this point. You may go, then what's the problem here? He's an older prospect. He's 24. He will be 25 before the start of the 2024 season. But the other thing I love about him is that he is a flawed person. like Wudi. Like, okay, there's something beautiful about the flaws that Wudi brings that kind of makes it relatable. Like, look at that guy. I can relate to him. And I feel the same way about Muhammad Kamara. Here was a little quote from Lance Zierlein, NFL draft analyst, that on Muhammad Kamara, quote, won't be everyone's cup of tea due to the lack of strength, lack of length and tendency to rely on power. But that's the thing that makes this Jets defense beautiful, is they see beauty in the eye of the beholder. And while some people may cast a guy off his side, they see the juice. They see that burst that comes off when you look at the 40. When we talk about 40-yard dashers, I think a lot of people overreact to that, but it's a 10-yard split. That shows the explosiveness. And there's explosiveness from Muhammad Kamara that you can't teach. You just have. And you add that juice to this team with this unit, with the rotations, that to me is a compelling piece of the puzzle. So Muhammad Kamara, you are a New York Jet, sir. And that's the pick here for me. The edge rusher out of Colorado State, pal. There you go. Very nice. Actually, no. We'll keep going. I had a thought there. Maybe I was going to get a little frisky, but I'll let it be.
Oh, okay.
I thought about it.
You could double up if you want. You can double up because now we have the same two picks back to back.
That's true. Now I was thinking about, because here's the thing. Again, I go back to my theme. Like, I love that we didn't talk about what we're going to do with each other before we're live here on the show. But I love that we're going absolutely different directions, because that's compelling for people. They're going to see two completely different draft results of someone who is aggressive in trading up and someone who is more pragmatic in trading back, because I think that the fans are split, quite frankly, in both departments. But I reiterate my initial theme that I believe this Jets roster is among the best in football. And I don't think there's going to be, they enter this draft with 7 picks, and they still have those 7 picks even after the Zach Wilson trade, because it was just swapping things around. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if there's 7 spots available on this team. So I think the Jets in their mind have to be very cognizant of that and say, let's get aggressive. Let's move picks. Let's combine some of those late rounders with our third to move back up into the second. Again, I didn't have the third to use because I used it for something else, but that's just what I mean. I want a constant sense of aggression. Don't be the Idzik 12 and walk away with 12 guys and refuse to trade. Just say, oh, these guys would be great. Yeah, thanks, John Idzik. Like, just a level of aggressiveness, not recklessness, but aggressiveness. You find players you want and you just attack. You're a cobra and you just strike and you go get it. So that's a key point for me in this draft. Key point. Getting guys that I want, just attacking.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say that for me, my feeling about the Jets roster is that it is, it's definitely good, provided that the team is healthy, right? I feel like it's almost what Buffalo Jet was saying, high ceiling team, right? But a couple of injuries can dismantle this whole thing, just like it does almost every year. So it would almost be foolish, in my opinion, to go back into this season and just say, oh, all right, just hope for good health again. Like, I think there needs to be tangible, plan A, B, C options with the most important positions in the, in football. So that's why, I really wanted to reinforce the line big time. Hopefully, we can add a free agent signing of Connor McGovern for this Wudi version. But really wanted to enforce the line receiver with a just a more proven. I even like Brownlee. I do. But, if just push comes to shove, get a proven guy out there. So, Boy Green, the pick is in.
Oh wow, the pick's in. Okay, let's play the chimes, baby.
With the 185th pick of the 2024 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Joe Milton III, quarterback, University of Tennessee. Now, I literally told you guys time again, I do not believe in quarterbacks drafted after pretty much round 2. Just around the league and how far teams go. People are going to talk to me about Tom Brady and Brock Purdy all day. Brady is an exception. Purdy, he do in any game that he didn't have Christian McCaffrey. That's what I'm about to say about that. And we don't have Kyle.
Okay. I was just going to bring up a couple. Kirk Cousins. He was a 4th round pick.
Yeah, I know. Kirk and Dak. That's the ceiling. No MVPs. Great fantasy quarterback. No, like one playoff win a piece. I think Dak has one. Kirk has one. No
Russell
MVP.
Wilson, 3rd round pick, Super Bowl champ.
Third. I mean that's.
You said after round 2, right? Yeah.
I just said after round 2. And I will stand by that. But okay, 2nd, 3rd, like the closer you get to the boundary, obviously the better caliber you're gonna get. But especially after 4th, after 4th, I'm not a big fan. But even after 2nd, look at Russ now. That's what I'm saying. That the longevity, like look at how guys like Matthew Stafford has aged, where he was abused by Detroit the whole time, not getting an offensive line, and then you finally put a team around him, and boom, year 1 Super Bowl. Like that's just 1st round caliber. That is the type of player that I think the Jets need. I know we've just drafted a couple in the 1st round and it didn't work well, but if Joe Douglas survives this season, you now have a regime who at least has a plan that like we can all see and approve of. So I do like the idea of getting a 1st rounder. But with this pick right here, Joe Milton, I feel like there are a few people, he definitely has his cult following, right? Because of the physical traits and all that.
Arm. Like he's got a laser beam attached to his freaking shoulder. Like at the combine, he unloaded a bomb.
He did. I think they call him Oppenheimer now. He definitely did some work. And with Aaron, I think what's really helpful in getting me to soften my stance is that you actually did see a difference between 2022 Zach Wilson and 2023 Zach Wilson. They both were terrible, and I hated them, but at least the boy was not missing, a 5-yard out route. Like he was making the easy throws, right? His feet were better positioned, right? He had improved his footwork. So if those are the type of things that we've seen in one offseason together, one truncated offseason, because even
Nathaniel Hackett, baby.
Nice work. So what can Milton do in multiple off seasons with Rodgers? I am still team draft a quarterback next year, but Milton will definitely keep that guy on his toes. And if there's a legit quarterback competition after Rodgers goes, that's only good for us because the better quarterback is going to rise to the top. Cream rises to the top.
Okay, and what was this? Our 6th round pick, 185 overall?
Yes.
Okay, good. I just wanted to keep track, make sure I had you. So I will throw this up on mine, and I don't have to waste time. Yeah, I'm at the same point as Wudi, 185 overall. I'm going to be honest. It's kind of funny. It's in line with Wudi of like, hey, man, I said I wasn't going to draft a quarterback here, but let me go against all my ethics and ideals and everything for my family. I'm a veteran running back guy, dirt cheap, not Dalvin Cook, not $7 million, but like there's we're driving to the facility and there's a hobo on the corner. I'm like, hey, can you run the football? He's like, will you give me food? I'm like, sure, hop on in. And then that's it. Like that's the kind of market value I'm talking about here. But I will be honest, I'm intrigued by throwing another young guy in the room with a late pick. And in this case, it'd be a 6th rounder, 185 overall. Give me Isaac Garundel, the running back out of Louisville. I'm going to pull the trigger on that young man right here, and he's compelling. He ran the 4.33 40-yard dash, the 1.55 10-yard split explosiveness. You see the explosiveness numbers at Indianapolis, 41.5 vertical, 10.9 broad, 6.9 4.3 cone. There was just a lot of intriguing statistical achievements for that young man, and I think there's more meat on the bone, just going to be blunt about it. So, again, I'm not really on board taking the running back in the draft. I really would prefer a veteran, to be honest with you, but maybe you can do more than one and kind of let them all compete and see wherever it settles after that point. But Isaac Garundo is a really intriguing guy if you want to throw him in and add a little bit of additional splash, because Breece Hall is not going to be able to take 100% of the carries. I know a lot of fans think he does. Paul, you're an idiot. Breece Hall, RB1. Okay, I don't know where I said Breece Hall wasn't RB1. I'm just saying, let's get another guy in the room. Can't take away carries from Breece. Paul, you're an idiot. Did you watch last season? I just don't understand these people, or apparently the Southern accents that they've all adopted in New York. I'm not really sure where that came from, but neither here nor there. Isaac Garundo is the pick for the New York Jets.
That is a solid pick. I'm also against the, because now there are two rookies, or not rookies, but two young running backs in there. So I guess now they're one of the younger running back rooms in the league, which is totally fine. It's totally fine if the line is opening up holes. So we'll see what happens there. For me, is this my screen? Yeah, looks like mine.
Yes. Oh, yeah. What pick are you on?
The pick is in.
Okay. All right, here we go.
For Mr. Irrelevant, right?
Your final pick here. Okay.
Yes, of the 2024 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Omar Brown, safety out of Nebraska. My big thing about Omar is that this is somebody who has played in the slot, in the box, and split safety for Nebraska, so he can play anywhere. That is the perfect setup for Robert Saleh. I mean, we've already seen him draft safeties and put them as corners or linebackers or keep them as safeties. So, I mean, they are pretty much a Swiss Army knife for Saleh to see, all right, well, where do you fit best in this scheme? Which of your traits match this position? And boom, now you got a quality guy, right? Like Michael Carter II or, Jamie Sherwood, who played big minutes the last couple of seasons whenever they were healthy. So I think this is somebody who, Mr. Irrelevant, they never, Brock Purdy's once in a lifetime. I'm not saying, all pro or anything like that, but this is what I mean when I talk about, hey, yeah, the roster is good on paper, but, somebody goes down, CJ Mosley goes down, God forbid one of these guys goes down, having a Swiss Army knife like Omar Brown, could really help, soften the blow and keep that floor high. Because if the floor, oh my God, the higher the floor, the more we're going to roar when we actually end this playoff drought.
Okay, I love it. There we go. So that completes your draft, Woody. I still have two more selections. We'll come back to yours in a second to put a final bow on it. We'll throw this up on the screen. And Woody, there are some intriguing quarterbacks available. The pick is because I'm not a bandwagon loser like you, pal. You can have Joe Milton. I'm going in a completely different direction, pal. With the 203rd, excuse me. This is the pick they got. The Jets got from the Broncos for Zach Wilson. This was the pick swap. With the 203rd overall pick in the 6th round, the New York Jets select quarterback Devin Leary out of Kentucky. Now, what Devin Leary did at Kentucky isn't going to impress you, but that sophomore season at NC State that I saw here in Syracuse country was spectacular. What was it, 35-5 on the touchdown reception ratio? Spectacular, interesting, intriguing, and plus we're at the end of the draft. You take a dart throw, you see what you can do, and I see Woody sleeping there. Again, we didn't ask you to react to your mock draft yet, Woody, but we'll get there, so don't worry about it. But Devin Leary, he is the guy. He is an intriguing guy. You can pick your pick. Some people like Sam Hartman. Some people like Joe Milton's rocket arm. Some people like the potential they saw previously, like in my case here with Devin Leary. He's the one that once you see it once, and it's kind of what happens with Zach Wilson's and others in the world. Because, right, Sean Payton has convinced himself that, the talent was there. But, yeah, it was the Jets. I can save him. Devin Leary, he did it at NC State. People are like, yeah, I know he had a lot of crap in between there and now, but we can save him. And that's basically the take. So everyone's going to take their dart throw quarterback with Zach Wilson gone and this post Zach Wilson mock draft that we're doing. I think they need a quarterback to get in the room. It can only help. Is that guy going to be, to Woody's point, a Brock Purdy? I don't know. That's probably a stretch to say that he will be. But Joe Douglas said he wanted to be a quarterback factory and he wanted to be pumping guys out left and right. And I think I am of the Ron Wolf, which is the longtime Green Bay Packers executive philosophy, draft one every year. And if he works out, he's Brock Purdy. Awesome. Win-win, winner, chicken dinner. If he sucks, okay, you used a 6th or 7th. Who cares? Jets have blown plenty of those picks over the years. Or maybe he's your long-term backup. He's a long-term clipboard holder. What a great 6th or 7th round pick you potentially invested in that if that is the direction you go. So I'm all for it. Sign me the hell up. So give me Devin Leary. Any thoughts on that pick there, pal?
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that. And I will be honest, a position that I ignored because I think we could get it in the veteran market is safety. I see there's still Woody's garbage Noah Brown out there, right? Or the brother of Omar Brown, the brother, sisters, cousins, Gardner's nephew. So certainly could go that direction at safety. But I'm going to be honest, I think we just fill that in the veteran market. So I'm not really in any rush to do that. Sorry, Goldilocks, Sam Hartman. I've picked my quarterback, so no interest in you, pal. I guess I'll throw a dart throw on an interior offensive lineman. I'll go with Layden Robinson, the guard out of Texas A&M, which is the reverse way of saying that's my pick, baby. Let's finish off the draft with a dart throw on the interior offensive line. Again, this is late in the draft, so things happen. What are you going to do? So beautiful, beautiful as it's calculating my grades, saying, beep, boop, bop, we haven't seen such a perfect draft. We don't know how to react to it. I'm sure that is